Create in me a clean heart. Psalms chapter 51. For the music director, Psalm of David. When Nathan the prophet came to him after he went to Bathsheba, be gracious to me, O God, according to your mercy, according to your great compassion, blot out my transgressions. Wash me thoroughly from my iniquity and cleanse me from my sin, for I know my transgressions, and my sin is ever before me. Against you, you only, have I sinned and done what is evil in your sight, so that you are just when you speak and blameless when you judge. Behold, I was born to an iniquity and in sin, when my mother conceived me. Surely your desire and truth in the inner being, make me know that your wisdom inwardly. Cleanse me with hyssop, and I will be clean. Wash me, and I will be whiter than snow. Let me hear joy and gladness, so the bones you crushed may rejoice. Hide your face from my sins, and blot out all my iniquities. Create in me a clean heart, O God, and renew a steadfast spirit within me. Do not cast me from your presence. Take not your Ruach HaKodesh from me. Restore to me the joy of your salvation, and sustain me with a willing spirit. Then I will teach transgressors your way, and sinners will return to you. Deliver me from my blood guilt, O God, God of my salvation. Then my tongue will sing for joy of your righteousness. O Lord, open my lips, and my mouth will declare your praise. For you would not delight in sacrifice, or I would give it, and would be pleased by burnt offerings. The sacrifices of God are a broken spirit, a broken and contrite heart, O God, you will not despise. In your favor, do good to Zion. Build up the walls of Jerusalem, then you will delight in righteous sacrifices and whole burnt offerings. Then bulls will be offered on your altar. Psalm chapter 52, treacherous tongue. For the music director, contemplative song of David. When Doeg the Edomite came and reported to Saul, telling him, David went to Ahimelech's house. Why do you brag about evil, mighty man? God's loving kindness is every day. Your tongue plots destruction like a sharp razor, working deceit. You love evil instead of good, lying rather than speaking right. Selah, you love only devouring words. Treacherous tongue, God will pull you down forever and snatch you, rip you out of your tent, and uproot you from the land of the living. Selah, then the righteous will see and fear and laugh at him. Here is a man who did not make God his stronghold, and said he trusted in his great riches, and was strong in his evil desire. But I am like an olive tree flourishing in the house of God. I trust in God's loving kindness forever and ever. I'll praise you forever for what you have done. I will hope in your name, for it is good in the presence of your Kedoshim. Psalm chapter 53, a fool denies God. For the music director, on Mahalath, a contemplative song of David. The fool says in his heart, there is no God. They are corrupt, commit vile injustice. There is no one who does good. God looks down from the heavens and the children of men to see if anyone understands, who seeks after God. All have turned aside, together they have become corrupt. There is no one who does good, no, not even one. Will the evildoers ever learn? They consume my people as they would eat bread and never call upon God. There they are in great dread. There they are where there is nothing to fear. For God has scattered the bones of those besieging you. You have put them to shame, for God has rejected them. Who will give salvation for Israel out of Zion? When God restores his captive people, let Jacob rejoice, let Israel be glad. Psalm chapter 54, surely God is my helper. For the music director and stringed instruments, a contemplative song of David. When the Ziphites came and said to Saul, is not David hiding himself among us? O God, save me by your name, vindicate me by your might. O God, hear my prayer. Listen to the words of my mouth, for strangers have risen up against me. Violent men seek after my soul. They do not set God before them. Selah, surely God is my helper. My Lord is the supporter of my soul. Let evil return to my foes. Silence them with your truth. I will sacrifice a freewill offering to you. I will praise your name, Adonai, for it is good. For he has delivered me from all my trouble, and my eyes gazed upon my enemies. Psalm chapter 55. Betrayal by a friend. For the music director on stringed instruments, a contemplative song of David. Give ear, O God, to my prayer, and do not ignore my plea for help. Listen to me and answer me. I am restless in my complaint and moan, because of the voice of the enemy, because of the pressure of the wicked. For they thrust trouble on me, and in anger bear a grudge against me. My heart shudders within me, and the terrors of death sweep over me. Fear and trembling come upon me, and horror has overwhelmed me. So I said, oh, that I had wings like a dove, I would fly away and find rest. Surely I would flee far away. I would say in the wilderness, Selah. I would hurry to my shelter from the rushing wind of the storm. Lord, confuse and confound their speech, for I see violence and strife in the city. Day and night they make their rounds on her walls. Iniquity and mischief are within her. Ruins are in her midst. Oppression and deceit never leave her square. For if it were an enemy taunting me, I could endure it. If my foe was exalting himself over me, I could hide from him. But it is you, a man like me, my companion and my close friend. Together we enjoyed great fellowship. We used to walk with the throng in the house of God. Let the desolation come upon them. Let them go down alive into Sheol, for evil is in their dwelling among them. As for me, I will call on God, and Adonai will save me. Evening, morning, and noon, I complain and moan, then he hears my voice. He will redeem my soul in shalom from the battle against me, for many are striving with me. God will hear and humble them, yes, the one enthroned of old. Selah, nothing changes. They do not fear God. My companion put forth his hands against those at peace with him as he violates his covenant. Smoother than butter was his speech, yet war was in his heart. His words were softer than oil, yet they were drawn swords. Cast your burden on Adonai, and he will sustain you. He will never let righteousness, shalom, the righteous be shaken, but you, O God, will bring them down to the pit of destruction. Bloodthirsty, deceitful men will not live out half their days, but I will trust in you.